Russ, quote, the most electric player in the NBA today, and added his addition will definitely make the Lakers a championship contender next season. Boy, Magic Johnson, always on top of things. Rick, does Russell Westbrook make the Lakers finals favorites?
Oh, good God, no. Bless Magic Johnson's little old heart. Magic Johnson has been vacationing in Italy for the last, I don't know, based on his IG, it seems like it's been a couple of months, and I don't know that he's back yet. So apparently, number one, he missed the NBA Finals, where the most electric player in the NBA ended up being the Finals MVP in Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I don't even know if I'm putting Russell Westbrook. Actually, I love Russell Westbrook's energy and his effort, and he is electric. Is he the most electric in the league? No. And as for them being Finals favorites, because they got Russell Westbrook again, the reason that we believed in the Lakers this year was because of their defense. The defense is going out the door, whether it's KCP or Dennis Schroeder or Kyle Kuzma or Montrezl Harrell. They're losing a ton of pieces to the existing team. And are they going to be better offensively? Yeah, I would imagine that they're going to be somewhat better offensively. But this idea that, well, let's put it this way. Magic Johnson is the same Magic Johnson who also said that Lonzo Ball was going to have his jersey hanging in the rafters at the Staples Center and was going to be the next all-time great Laker. And if we really, really want to go deep into that social media feed of Magic Johnson, we can probably find a lot of extraordinary, excited statements that never came close to fruition. And I dare say that this is going to be just another one on the list.
I don't know, Rick. You seem a little harsh. It's like you're calling this Lakers trade like they gave up a poo-poo platter in exchange for Westbrook. Let me remind you, Mr. Rick Bucher, who covers the NBA closely, KCP was the Lakers' third best player in the bubble when they won the championship. I mean, listen, I think You're being a little bit harsh on Russell Westbrook here. Remember, this guy is electric in the regular season. Nobody in the league plays with the intensity he does in January and February. We know that he turns into a bit of a pumpkin in the playoffs because his inability to shoot the basketball. But again, the Lakers, just because they have three guys making over $100 million, chewing up 75% of the salary cap, doesn't mean they're dead in the water. Listen, you know how LeBron operates, Rick. He can definitely go to J.J. Redick and a couple other veterans, shooters, and say, hey, man, you want a chance to live out here in sunny Los Angeles and have a shot at a ring? Also, the desert, where they set odds and they build casinos in the desert, they have the Lakers as the favorites in the West. I mean, listen, if you think the Clippers, who are going to be without Kawhi the entire regular season, or the Nuggets, who will be without Jamal Murray until probably March, if there's a better team in the West, I haven't seen it. And don't you dare say the Phoenix Suns, who were dead in the water to the Lakers down 2-1 until Anthony Davis got hurt. The Lakers are still the best team in the West. Can they get by the Nets? That's another discussion for next week.
Again, the players that you lost in this trade are not players that determined how good this team was playing when they were in the playoffs. Will we all agree with that? So if you take and you add a player that makes them perceivably better than what they were this past season, I got to go with J-Mac on this as well. You got to look at, I don't know that I say that they're the favorite to win it, but they certainly will come out of the West. Who is there to beat them? If they have a healthy AD, like you said, J-Mac, if he doesn't go down in that series, they win that series. And I think they win it pretty handily.
Look who's on that list, LeVar.
I think they win it pretty handily.
Golden State Warriors have better odds than over half the West. And there's a Warriors team who lost in the play-in game.
I'm a big Utah fan, and everybody knows that. I ring the bell for Utah. I like Utah. But if I'm being realistic right now, today, if there is a healthy Anthony Davis coming into the season and he's able to stay healthy through the season, stay healthy in the playoffs, if you have a healthy LeBron James, and y'all know I hate playing the if game. I really hate playing the if game. But with that being said, in the offseason, you can play the if game because, quite frankly, we know that they're good enough to win the championship because they did win the championship. They're only 1 year removed from winning the championship. So you add a guy like Russell Westbrook with a team that already is or should have been favored or was favored this past year, that we talked about being the best team coming out of the West, that probably would have come out of the West this year had some unfortunate circumstances to AD don't happen. I just think that adding Russell Westbrook, and by the way, it is debatable if he is the most electric player in the NBA. It really is debatable. Like, you can look at Morant. I think Morant might edge him out in terms of electric with those young legs. But when you look at the way Russ plays the game, he is as electric as a Morant or anybody else that we would look at and deem the most electric player. That doesn't mean efficient. That doesn't mean effective.
Certainly not.
That means this guy can light up the court with the way he plays, and he plays hard. I have no problem sitting here saying that Russell Westbrook puts them in a great position to get into the NBA Finals and challenge for it this upcoming season.
And I suspect that electric ability, that electricity, is why he's in a Lakers uniform, because it sells, because they want to win the press conference, because they want to have some pizzazz.
Back to the press
but
conference.
To suggest, look, the numbers, the mechanics of this just doesn't work. We've talked about Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and we're talking about trying to keep them healthy through the course of the year, okay? And they haven't been. They weren't able to with a 72-game season. And yes, they won a championship in the bubble after having 3 months off, after having a truncated season, not having to travel during the playoffs. That worked in their favor for where they are. Certainly worked in Anthony Davis's favor. And now you're going to deplete your bench. You're taking all of these guys, the top 4 guys in minutes played this year, who, because they were able to keep this boat afloat, even with Anthony Davis missing half the season and LeBron James out for an extended period of time, those guys carried the water. Those guys still kept this team in position to still make the playoffs. Have to be a play-in game, but they still kept them above water. Now you're going to take all those pieces away, and you're going to add a 33-year-old Russ Westbrook, who one of the reasons, J-Mac, that he doesn't finish at the rim as much is because of all those knee surgeries. He doesn't have the same lateral ability that he once had, so everything's straight line. Well, straight line works in transition. It doesn't work in half court.
Rick, let me ask you
So you're adding another guy at 33 to a team that is already old with 36-year-old Marc Gasol, 34-year-old Wes Matthews, 36-year-old LeBron James, 31-year-old Markieff Morris. I mean, this is the over 30 crew.
Just throw dirt on them, Rick.
We've seen that not sustain itself over shorter seasons.
Here's the problem, Rick. This is the problem. You're not giving me a team in the West that is better than the Lakers right now.
Finish?
And you have to factor in the injuries, only the injuries to Kawhi and Jamal Murray. The problem is there's nobody in the West who's proven to be better than the Lakers. Not better than LeBron and Anthony Davis, who, when they play together,
the Phoenix Suns proved to be better.
Who?
The Phoenix Suns proved to be better.
The team that was down 2-1 to LeBron and Anthony Davis.
The team that won the series. Well, the team that won the series.
Does the injury not matter?
The Bucks were down 2-0 to the Brooklyn Nets.
That matters.
And the Brooklyn Nets couldn't stay healthy enough to win the series.
You're acting like Kyrie Irving didn't get hurt. Like,
what are we talking about?
On no planet are the Suns better than the Lakers.
The Clippers beat the Jazz, finished the Jazz off without Kawhi Leonard. Like, depth and versatility is a hallmark of teams that are winning the championship. The Toronto Raptors, were they the better team than the Golden State Warriors? No, but they were the deeper, healthier team when they won. The teams that got to the finals this year with the Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks, were they arguably the best teams on paper? No, but they were the teams that were able to stay healthy because they had depth and versatility,
But here's the
and
thing.
they could
Depth
still
can
win
only
when they
take you
didn't
so
have their
far.
stars.
Rick, the Lakers' depth that you love to talk about, and I agree, they were younger and deeper with Kuzma and Harrell. But did they really perform, Rick? The Lakers only got I believe, the 7th seed. They had to win a play-in thriller.
They did.
You know, just to get the 7th seed.
They did when they won the championship.
They did when they were a championship, yes. But last year, with the injuries to LeBron, during the regular season, did the depth give them anything?
No.
Kuzma, I joked on this, on Undisputed.
No.
Kuzma was as unreliable as the Wi-Fi in my basement. And Kuzma got upset and whatever, I get it. But guess what? He's unreliable. That's why LeBron said, get the hell out of here, dude. You're not delivering. Russell Westbrook does deliver. You know this. LeVar knows this.
Oh, whoa. So Russell Westbrook is more reliable in the playoffs.
No, I didn't say
then
playoffs.
who?
I didn't say
Qualifying.
playoffs.
Here we
I
go.
didn't say playoffs.
Here we
Well,
go.
what are we talking
Rick,
about?
You are
Regular
a piece
season.
Of work, Rick.
That's when you need Russell Westbrook. All right, switch
Rick
to
is-
soccer.
wow.
Sunday's Gold Cup final between the USA and Mexico is featured on the free-to-play